Jeff, 10K on the line in this league, 1K on the line for the Stoolies at home, 423 of you still alive. But the biggest prize can be claimed tonight, $25,000 in the Pigskin Parlay. And we made it easier for you. But, Jeff, a lot of upsets in terms of the spreads. Only 9 players alive, but one of these can definitely claim that 25K.
Have the Giants winning?
No Giants winning.
Okay. A couple of those scores look terrible, but I think there's a few winners there. I think there's a couple people that could be winners.
We got one duplicate, 28-10 bucks. What do you think? What do you think? Any of them?
I'd be sick to my stomach if I had the same score as somebody else. But, I mean, that's still a lot of money if you win. I think, you know what? I'm going to be positive. We got a winner tonight. That's my guess.
We sure
I
hope
feel really
so.
good. I feel really good. Now, 27, 24, whatever, I don't feel great about that. But the other ones, I think Brady's going to have a big night. So.
All right.
Good luck
Something
to everyone out there.
An eye on. We'll be live tweeting throughout Monday Night Football to see if we have a winner. On to match 2. It is the Rangoon Wranglers. First overall pick, Chef Donnie, made by the Wonton Don, and they will take on, Jeff, they are the overwhelming favorite. Maybe not on paper, but the rumblings around the office, everybody is taking the chalk of Liz and Big F.
Yeah, people do like the chalk. They are a very talented team. Look at Ev's headshot there. What a great headshot. The chalk, easily the favorite, I think, by most experts. The Rangoon Wranglers, though, #1 overall pick, Wonton Don taking Chef Donnie. The last time we saw Chef Donnie in here, he was quite impressive. He did pull the losing block, but he was put in a terrible situation. He pulled some of the greatest Jenga blocks we've ever seen in this competition. And Liz, as experienced as it gets, very hard to beat. And Big Ev, experienced as well, has won with multiple people. He has been fantastic. The JBR, that's the QBR for Jenga. The Wonton Don is pretty damn good. We are very excited to see Chef Donnie back as well here today because he was electric in his first attempt at Jenga.
And, Jeff, can you please break down for us, for everyone at home, what is JBR?
No idea, but I know it's like Jenga QBR. I have no idea the math. I'm not smart. I'm an idiot. But when you think about the NFL and QBR, that shows how good a quarterback is. It's the only thing that matters. That's JBR here right now. You're probably asking, why is Chef Donnie the #1 overall pick with such a low JBR? Remember, he did lose. That's what hurt him. He had that first game loss that really came into an effect, not being able to win and pulling the losing buck. But I'm telling you right here, right now, those reset after the first match. One of the best players here. I think the first pick for Donnie was a great one as we see DeChalk walking in as their first opponent. This is a juggernaut first matchup.
So, Jeff, break it down for me. Why is the Chalk the overwhelming favorite? What makes them stand apart?
Liz is consistent. She knows the Jenga floor well. I will note the Jenga square, the square of doom, is bigger than usual. I think it's the first time we've seen this brand new season. It's a little more daunting, right? A little more area that you can't quite go in with in terms of coaching. But Liz is a great coach typically. She has that skill. She's great at pulling Jenga blocks. And Ev is always locked in and focused. We've seen him with Glenny. We've seen him with Cons. He's a great player. This team is stout. Going to be very hard to beat them.
Fun fact here, the Square of Doom expanded from 6x6 to 9x9. Back down the stream. Spider to introduce the rules to our teams.
Welcome, contestants, to Season 1 Jenga and Triple S. Quick, brief rules. One teammate in the box at a time. You guys must remain on each side of your box. Once you start, you will be on that half. You guys will remain on this half. Also, when we're extracting a block, one hand at a time. You cannot use 2 hands. This is your first warning. Should it occur in a game, your teammate will be forced to take the first block they touch on their next turn. Thank you, PFT. Does everyone understand the rules?
Yes.
Good luck to all the contestants.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you, Spider. And Jeff, it is time to kick off our middle match here on opening day of Stool Stream's Jenga Season 1, brought to you by High Noon Hard Seltzer, 100 calories, gluten-free, no added sugar, real vodka base versus malt or fermented sugar. Real vodka, real juice for real fans just like us. #Nooners. Liz, the Wonton Don, Big Ev, and Chef Donnie players. The order is taped on the wall as well, just in case we do lose track. So let's start things off with Liz. 5-3, 8 preseason matches, the most we have seen leading up to our opener today.
Very nice. The chalk color there, that's their team name. Most teams have their jerseys. They're starting to roll in, and that's why Dave and Rhea didn't have theirs, and the Rangoon Wranglers as well. Their logo is fantastic. We see another debut of some jerseys here, some logos. Group B, I believe. Is that correct?
Who's up? What's the order?
It's you.
Actually, I believe this is Group C.
I already see the
Not
tower
positive.
leaning
Still
over
waiting
there
on
a little
group
bit.
names. We're still open to recommendations from
We're
you.
the group of death, Jake. Whatever group I'm in.
Yes, PFT will be playing on Thursday. This is Group C, by the way.
This is a
PFT and Kelly in this group, in addition to
good.
Kate and Cons in these two groups. Remember,
Group of death.
top 2 groups advance in each group. The top 2 overall records will get a bye. The 3 will play the 6. The 4 will play the 5.
Big Ev making his debut here, filling out that first top slate.
Your mama's favorite big boy. That's Big Ev. I'm interested to see over on the other side.
Push it in a bit.
Donnie is playing his first match without a mustache. Is this going to be a Samson without his hair type situation?
freezing.
Did he lose his powers? Chef Donnie, meanwhile, smooth as you please, clean extraction. Fun fact, between the two Donnies, they are actually neither truly named Donnie. So that's a fun
On the
little
birth
stat.
certificate, no?
This is quite the group, as you were saying, Jake. Group C, the football team, PFT and Kelly Martin, and then Kate and Cons on team Josh Jumel. Josh Jumel, the actor from Las Vegas, the Transformers franchise, he did buy Kate's team. We're very happy that he did that.
Yeah, he used to sleep with Fergie.
Yeah, he did.
Huh?
Yeah,
Put
he
it in.
defended her after that national anthem debacle.
Yeah. Intercourse with Fergie.
Good group, though, but this is the group of death. This is definitely the toughest group. Kate and Cons have been great. PFT has been outstanding.
And it's interesting because of the 4 players playing right now, Jeff, Wonton Don, no losing blocks. Liz, Big Ev, and Chef Donnie, only 1 losing block each. 3 combined losing blocks between 4 players. That is darn good.
These are some of the best we have seen. And Chef Donnie, the closest to a tablecloth pull in his lone match, almost pulled off an absolute miracle. The tower seems sturdier. That last match, the tower was a mess. It was early on, very shaky. Dave almost tipped it over, and it still lasted about 5 or 6 turns. But then, obviously, Tommy Smokes pulling that losing block
Oh, no, Tommy.
to dish out the first loss of the season for any team, with Dave and Rhea on top of Group A with 2 points each. Or, excuse me, 2 points for the team.
Ooh.
And at the bottom of the group, 0 points. Goose mode, Tommy and Frankie.
Chef Donnie at the bottom of the order ends things. So back to Liz, and this just in from the Play Barstool apps. Questions 3 and 4. 423 of you.
Yep.
We're a perfect 2 of 2 so far. 1K on the line if you go 6 for 6. Liz, despite the 5 and 3 record, she was the most popular pick to pull the losing block at 29%. And her partner Big Ev right behind at 28%. And then we've got the Wonton Don at 22% and Chef Donnie at 21%. Pretty even.
Yeah,
top to bottom.
I'd say surprising, but I think it's pretty even. I think those are pretty even. We did see, though, the popular pick in the first one is the one that hit.
Yep.
With Dave and Rhea beating Tommy and Frankie, with Tommy pulling the losing block. But very low down on the list was the 0 to 29 range, which is where that hit, I believe, in that last match.
And if anything, Jeff, that shows how
Shaky.
much
Wobbly
the
there.
Jenga IQ is improving from the Stoolies at home. They know who's good, they
look
know
pretty
who's
stable.
been struggling, and if our first match is any indication, they're off to a great start.
I also think that Liz
They are
is
off
kind of
to a
like, you
solid
could call her the Seattle Seahawks of Jenga. She plays in the weirdest, strangest games that you've ever seen. She's unorthodox. It doesn't always look great when she wins. It doesn't always look bad when she loses, but it's always going to be entertaining. She got these. She's got almost like a witch finger thing going on when she gets up there, like she's extracting Eye of Newt as she goes into the Jenga tower. So keep an eye on that. It's going to be a fun game whenever Liz Gonzalez Gav's ass. Right there, right in the old face.
2 very adaptable players as well. Two very adaptable players.
So quiet.
Ev has played with multiple people.
Clean block.
Liz has played with a ton of different people. That's a skill set that has them probably in the favorite spot in terms of people picking.
But when we talked to Big Ev last night, he blocked out any outside noise on them becoming the favorites. He said he doesn't see it that way, and in his eyes, the field is wide open. Belichickian, if you will.
He just wanted to get picked. And he was very happy that I picked on a very good team, too. We just saw Tommy walk out. Tommy was incredibly upset. Excuse me, Frankie was incredibly upset that Tommy picked him. He was like, what did I get stuck with here?
I can touch 2 blocks at once, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not too bad.
Good ask there by Chef Don. He can touch 2 blocks, but just can't touch a
See
block
our-
with 2
Our
hands.
Sky Cam presented by High Noon Hard Seltzer.
Great look up there.
Sliding it down the middle,
Oh yeah.
creating another full slate. And Chef Donnie gets it to go.
I can go for a nooner, guys. I don't know about you.
Feel free to crack one open. I give PFT permission to crack open.
Of course.
Thank
High
you.
noon.
Thank you, Jeff.
We good?
With
grab-
Dana at the
grab a
bottom of
nooner.
your draft board going undrafted, there will be more nooners to share for everybody.
That's very true. Dana was at the bottom. He was the lowest ranked player.
PFT, what flavor are you going with?
I'm going to go with watermelon, Jake.
Watermelon.
Watermelon high noon.
Selection.
PFT does have in his stomach a full, won't name the brand, taco pizza. Wow. He housed a taco pizza before the match began here today.
Some
Not
pregame
a
meal.
total full one. I did share it with Zah, shared it with Colby, shared it with some of the control guys. It's a delicious tasting pie. I'm not going to lie.
I don't believe that.
Donnie wearing one of his cool shirts too, by the way. This Termy shirt is one of the best things that we've sold. Fantastic design. So if he can't be wearing his jersey today, at least he's wearing something
Yes.
great.
Jerseys should be in
The
ASAP.
Rangoon Wranglers.
Yep. Selecting Chef Donnie first overall. And remember, with the 10K on the line, you figure 5K each. I guess the Purple Hedgehog's the lone exception. Dave already said Rio would get the full 10K. But when we asked Chef Donnie what he would do with the money, he said he would buy a parachute that he could go skydiving in. Well, out of the box answer there, but you got to respect it.
Extreme.
No
It's a
kidding.
tad extreme.
Now Ev stepping up, has to tower in the middle up top there. No real issues, I think, we're running into right now. The tower looks very sturdy, looks stable.
Remember, the first range in question 4 is 0 to 29. That was the winner in question 2. Tommy Smokes pulling the losing block at 27. Still a ways to go in our opening range, picked by just 11% of the field right now. Big Ev down the middle. It's a success.
Nice drop. That's a
Jeff,
great drop.
Yeah, that
How
was
about
nice.
your keys to the match presented by Heineken Hard Seltzer?
Yeah, keys to the match, you got to play your game if you're Liz and Ev. That's it. It's simple as that. Play your game. It's proven success here. Why not just do what you're best at? Don't throw any wrinkles in there. Don't get tricky. Stool Stream Stadium, this is their domain here. They're great. And Chef Donnie, he's got to play like a #1 pick. Plain and simple. Pressure's on. #1 overall pick, going to have the spotlight on him all season. The pundits, the talking heads, they're going to discuss his performance as the #1 guy. And so far, so good, though.
Gonna ignore the improper use of "your" there. It's really bugging me. I had to say it.
Wow, that's Jake throwing someone under the bus there.
It was actually you. I
Was
apologize.
it me?
In your text, I
Yeah,
think.
that's on you
Yeah.
for not correcting it then.
I saw it quickly.
Credit to me for typing them out while I was recording.
I appreciate it.
Wow, trouble in paradise up in the booth.
Unbelievable, PFT. Look,
No,
you gotta
we're
get a
good.
load of this guy.
Back down the stream, the
Spell check,
Wonton
guys.
Don,
Use it.
17 blocks deep. Donnie 2-2 in the preseason with the ABM of 34.5. Remember, ABM average blocks per match. The first tiebreaker if teams are tied will be head-to-head record. But if they split in the regular season, everybody plays everybody twice. ABM will be the second tiebreaker. And Jeff, you got to figure that's going to come into play at some point in one of these groups.
Yeah, it definitely will. Donnie doing a reverse chisel. Oh, put it back. I thought he was going to try to pull from the other side. But no, now he's got a bit of a panic as the countdown is on from our ref for him to pick a block.
20 seconds to pick a block.
Spider now
He's testing
is
out
here.
everything.
Remember, this
thought
is
he
not
had
an
one.
actual shot clock. It's just the clock to pick a block, and then it's unlimited
Yeah,
time.
you can't sit here punching the blocks for an hour and a half. But Donnie knew what he was doing. Very smart move on Donnie's part. Why not use the time to find something that works, something in your favor as he attempts the retower?
It was an interesting strategy for sure. I thought that he found at least 2 blocks that would have come out just as easily as that one, but Donnie wanted to explore the entire tower, which I guess that might be able to help him in the later rounds if you can remember which block was which.
It's the John Feidelberg tactic. It's to hit everything on the tower, and it eventually loosens up other blocks as well. But he's having a bit of an issue here.
The
I do a
retower,
drop?
One spot to go.
No.
Dropping is legal. Big Guy's done it before.
You're good.
Kiss him, kiss him,
Just kiss that.
kiss him.
Spider
Make him
ensuring
kiss.
that all the landscaping up top is done successfully.
Other side too, kiss him. I want him kissing.
Guys, Spider did not come to mess around today. Spider is here to enforce the rules and chew
that
gum.
new perch
Guess
up
what?
there.
He's all out of bubble
Look
gum.
at that. Bird's eye view for Spider. A few turns ago, he actually got on his feet and stood on top of our Heineken Hard Seltzer chair.
That's why he's the
Ones
best
are a
ref
little
there
to
is.
the right.
Back to Big Ev. And Jeff, the bottom of the tower has gone untouched. Why do you think that's so?
Should I climb back
That
up?
is surprising, but
Tower sus.
That kind of shows that this match may go a little longer than usual. This could break the average. Average right around high 20s, mid 30s, because typically the bottom of the tower will become easy as things loosen above it. But you are right. No one's really gone after it. These are experienced players, though. They have a strategy. They know what they're doing.
All 4 players with an ABM of at least 35. So they've shown that they can go the distance in their matches.
30 seconds to pick a block.
Liz and Big Ev playing together for the first time. The Donnies have played together once. They lost in a 42-block thriller back in August.
Wonton Don, one of the original Jenga players.
20
That top
seconds
row
now
is-
to pick a
is
block.
way to the
Maybe go
left.
back to this middle block and see if you can tap it from this side.
Wonton Don noting something wrong with the top row as well. We could have an
could come back
unstable
up.
10
tower
seconds to
soon.
pick a block.
Now the pressure's on Big Ev. Does not have to
Got
pull
it.
it out, but he's going with a Tittleman's crest
5,
down the middle.
4,
This is my
3,
He's
He's
picking
picked
that
the
block.
block. He's picked the block.
one. That's got to be your block there.
He's picked the Tittleman's crest. Tittleman's crest, for those of you at home new to our Jenga broadcasts, that is a middle block in a full
Nice and
slate that you
slow.
extract and creates a little bit of a hole.
Yeah, he's making a great crest right here. This is a good pull, a tough
got
tower.
it.
I think I jinxed the tower.
Easy.
I said it looked like it was pretty easy, but it's tightened up quite a bit here.
That was light work.
The move by
right there at the
with a
beginning.
wonton Don didn't do much to
That's
loosen the
good.
tower.
That was also good teamwork. There was some communication going on behind the scenes between Liz and Big Ev. There were some questions going into the season about whether or not they'd be able to communicate effectively. It looks like so far so good. Almost like Aaron Rodgers on the
This fucking
honeymoon with
guy.
a new coach before he makes that guy hate his living guts and blow up the entire team again, as he always does. So we'll see how long the season honeymoon lasts between the two of them.
That was a deflating pull for the chalk
Yeah.
right there. They're not discouraged, but
Chef Donnie
you
making
hate-
it look easy.
You hate seeing a block that easy, but Liz right back at them. This is one of Liz's skills. As well. Always can
Go for one
find
on
an
the
easy block midway through the game. Those 2 back-to-back turns were quite impressive.
Going
That's
with
the
that
witch
4th
fingers.
row. The
She's
highest
got-
you can go.
Witch mode activated.
20 blocks in. The extraction is complete. Only 1 space to go on the eastern side. And Liz completes another full slate. Jeff, big thanks to everybody watching on YouTube and Facebook. This broadcast
Yep.
is available on 4 platforms, the blog, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. If you're watching on YouTube and Facebook, don't be afraid to give it a like and a subscribe.
It's right there. You're hovering right over it.
Yeah.
I heard it gives you better luck to win the progressive
It
jackpot if
does.
you like and subscribe.
If you're on YouTube, give it a poke while you're at it.
Get the middle one.
Poke me.
That's Facebook PFT.
Just a smidge.
Both. You can poke on YouTube too.
Feel free to
It
poke
doesn't go
PFT on
through.
Facebook as
Start
well.
running out.
I won't make any Facebook references today, as I was left hanging last time I brought up a like for TBH.
It's actually a
No
really
one knew what I was
pretty tower.
talking about.
It's a pretty design.
It's just well, you're talking to 2 people not in the right
Yeah.
era on that
Yeah.
one. PFT and I will talk
Put it
about
in
the
the middle?
MySpace top 8 and
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
sets
Jeff
me
and I'll
up
have
for
a
a
long
drop.
conversation about AIM away messages.
Oh, I mean, we know about that.
Nice place there by Donnie. We've had 3 easy pulls in a row for the most part. Can Ev find one as well?
Fun fact about Jeff DeLoe, he was the Atari king of away messages in college. He had a different Atari's lyric that he would put up every time he would sign off. Last time, I think he went 2 years without reusing the same one twice.
One of my screen names is the reference to Jeff Garcia
Interesting.
and another player who I won't name.
What does that mean?
Not a good guy.
Hey.
Wow.
Browns
All right,
tight end,
all right,
not a
T.O.
good
Pull,
dude.
good pull.
Gary Barnage. I don't know. it's
No,
a
not
random
kidding. The
Browns tight end
barnyard
name.
is not a bad dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Our commissioner, God, knew who it was.
23 blocks deep.
Jason Campbell.
Donnie going with that penultimate row from the bottom.
Smart to attack the bottom now. I think the bottom is going to probably have the remaining easy pulls because we have a couple full slates towards the top third.
Yep.
Jake, and I don't think those are easy. I think those are rather firm and glued in. I don't know if we're going to have many people touching those until desperation time comes later on.
Back to the top of the order to Liz. Approaching the end of that 0 to 29 range in question 4. Most popular pick, 36 to 38 at 31%. But once again, Liz goes west and an easy extraction.
We're just in that zone, Jake, right? That zone of 18 to 28, I always point out, is a little easier than the rest of the game. Right now, things are just kind of coming to every player without much hesitation. Eventually, it will start to get wobbly, but usually here you can find some easier pulls at the halfway mark.
Donnie going low, or at least attempts to. No answers there.
Lower
Pivots
half
to
of
the
this
top.
tower- Lower half of this tower is just absolutely destroyed right now. It's just, it's Tittleman's crest. It's hanging towers. It's devastation. Donnie would probably do well to go low, but it seems like he's not having much luck with the extraction on those.
Donnie's still searching for an answer. He's never pulled the losing block. Only player out of this foursome that can say that.
He's got one.
Chiseling out a potential Tittleman's crest.
Yeah, he likes that one. I like it too. I think he's going to be very happy with that one.
Little wobbly, Jake. Ooh, I think it just hit a snag.
I'm looking right now. I'm checking out Liz Gonzalez's mask. There's rumors that Liz's mask is on upside down
It
or
is.
inside
It is
out.
upside down.
It is not.
I'm told that
I
like,
fold, I fold the nose, but
Oh, okay.
Liz, don't take it off. Dear God.
PFT, not a fashion expert right
Are you
now.
sure it's on
Not a
the
fashion
correct way?
expert.
Not a mask expert.
positive.
There we go.
Meanwhile, Donnie got the block out as PFT was investigating Liz's mask.
When you got lips like these, you can't cover them up.
Great place, great pull.
Still some cleaning up to do.
Kiss him. Kiss him.
Not good enough yet for Spider in the stripes.
Love the no complaining today. I want to
Yeah.
note that. You gotta love this league. The draft saw a lot of people who aren't complainers picked. And right now, you're just getting pure Jenga.
Right.
Maybe a little trash talk. You know what? More time
That's
for
good.
trash talking.
Let's
hopefully.
work.
I think in our next match, fights in KFC versus Billy and Rudy, we'll see something.
We will see some hijinks in the next match. Billy has a lot of redemption.
Billy's a
on the
weirdo.
line. Billy's a strange guy.
Back to Big Ev.
Who's Billy's partner?
Billy and Rudy.
The 5'11.5", 270-pound, 25-year-old from Goshen, New York. His Buckeyes fresh off a big win. Sorry, Jeff, over your Penn State Nittany Lions.
It's okay. Not acknowledging it.
Should I go bottom?
Yeah.
Now, Big Ev has been, he's been notably working out a lot recently. He's been taking advantage of the quarantine situation to get super healthy. Rumors are out there that he's no longer the double vodka don, maybe just a single vodka,
Oh, that changed.
maybe just one vodka at a time.
Oh, nice.
Big Ev refuting those rumors. Gets out the Eastern Block, creates a double hanger on top of a Bice. Squeezing
Nice
those blocks
kissing
together.
Easy. That was a
That
great.
was
What a
nice.
soft,
And you know-
subtle, small finger push with the thumb there to make sure nothing toppled over. That was a great move by Ev.
It's not just the placement, it's not just the extraction, it's the mentality that the double vodka don has. He is very confident in his Jenga play, only to be surpassed by Chef Donnie, who I think his average time per block has got to be somewhere south of the Patino. We're
Yeah,
talking
him
like
and-
7-8
Stone
seconds.
cold.
Jeff Donnie and Robbie Fox, two of the quickest players that we have. That's why they were ranked up where they were.
Donnie, the first pick.
There you go. There you go.
Big
Just
Ev
like that,
taking at
though.
7.
Liz does it as well. Here's the question, Jake. Will anybody attack that bottom row? And will they take the middle block?
This may be the longest we've gone with the bottom row untouched.
I don't know. I'll be honest. I'm an expert. I know the Jenga tower as well as anyone. I know these skills, these competitors. I don't really know what happens to that bottom row this far in when it's not touched. Does it make it
Right.
harder or easier? I think we're about to find out.
Donnie going to test
Very
that for
sturdy.
now.
It's very sturdy, I believe he said. PFT, it looks like that bottom row is not moving at all.
It's not. It's not. The thing is it's cemented into place, almost like it's stuck to the bottom with dried honey.
A lot of glued in
Can I take
rows,
from
it
here?
seems.
No.
You gotta go at least
Yeah.
3 down.
Smells like
Fourth
cookies
row.
in here now.
It
You
does.
notice that?
Seconds to
Smells
pick a
nice.
block.
Oh, it just smells like cookies in here all of a sudden.
I think Jeff's having a stroke.
I smell something up here.
What the hell?
Jeff, are you okay?
It's gonna open up a
side of your
package of
face
EL
numb?
fudge up here.
Donnie trying to take out a Tittleman's Crest. 6 rows down. With that left hand, it's out. Only 1 spot to go.
Donnie, known as a traveler, known as an adventurer, that's what he does with the Jenga Tower. He scopes out every possible move before finding the one he needs to make. He started at the bottom and made a pull towards the top. That's a great, impressive Jenga play. The loser of this match won't get their points. They won't
This
get
is
those
good
3
practice,
points for the
bro.
group.
Yeah. And
However,
the one above it.
doesn't mean much, I think. Even the loser today, still my favorite to make it through to the play. I think these 2 teams are the favorite from this group.
And remember, the longer the match, the higher ABM will go, which could help you in a tie-breaking scenario.
Guys, this tower is a problem.
Probably.
The tower's angry.
It's still moving, PFT, right?
The tower is angry.
Take
We've
your
got a
time.
pissed off tower right now.
And look where we are. We're at block 30. We're out of that range of 18 to 28 where things come easy. This is now where shit gets serious.
Yep, that 0 to 29 range eliminated. Next up, 30 to 35, our second
about
most
one of
popular
these
pick
over here on the
at
side? That one or there's
27%.
one a couple below that too, 3 below that.
This is real. It's coming this way hard.
Suddenly, Jeff, not many moves you can pick out.
Guys, this thing is all over the place. Wobble diddy, wobble diddy, wobble diddy, wobble wobble diddy, wobble diddy, wobble diddy.
It's leaving hard.
Bill
this
Shakespeare.
way.
Wobble.
See if this one right here,
Because if I pull, it's going to come this way. I'm trying to think of how to, like...
bounce out.
60 seconds
There's
to pick a
at
block.
most, I believe, right around 10 moves on this tower.
Still
If I
alive.
go for one of these, I'm going to have to hold
That
it
is a
up
lot.
and try to wedge it out. But the bottom's so tight.
Yeah.
50 seconds now to pick a block.
You gotta start thinking about going up top here.
Big Ed not even
Yeah.
That
touched
top
the
is
block
looking
yet.
Juicy, juicy, juicy.
Take your time.
But again, it's so top heavy. The slightest breeze could knock it over.
This is just Jenga luck. Sometimes it comes down to you having a tower
30 seconds to pick a block.
with so few moves, and that's where Ev is at
The
right
one on
now.
row,
30 to 35 range.
There just aren't any obvious
the one on
moves.
row 4.
Which one, my side or...
Yeah. Your side. See if
15 seconds to pick a block.
Eva's still not picked.
there you go.
There's a little motion coming out there.
Going with that western block.
10 seconds.
I think he's got one, guys.
Row 4.
He's got one
Yeah.
that he
you
likes.
got it.
5
Just
seconds.
Slowly.
3,
He's picked this block.
2, 1. That's got to be your
And
block.
that is Big Ev's block. No turning back
You
for
got
the
it.
25-year-old.
Do it slowly
Tower
and put your
twisting a
fingers
bit.
on
We've
the
not seen the
block
tower
above and
twist at all in
below
these first 2
to
matches.
support it a little bit.
And now you can see that block turning from our angle.
Very little emotion from Big Ev in the midst of this pivotal turn.
Locked in.
Liz trying her best to coach him. You see on the outside. Great work by our cameraman, Mr. 25K-ish, Tom Mullins.
Rub that wound in.
You got it.
Great turn here by Ev. Other blocks starting to move.
Turning
though.
counterclockwise.
I don't know how much more he can twist that block. As you see the other blocks are starting to
Slow,
move out.
slow.
That eastern one. Sliding out a bit to the right.
Now here comes the extraction.
It's harder on this side. It's blocking me a little bit.
Some more movement. Can Ev take out block 30?
I think he's gonna get it. I think
Am I allowed to scream?
there's gonna be
Monitor?
there's gonna be one little.
Here we go.
This is
Last
pivotal.
moment
This is
of the
moment.
block. Will it stay upright?
I think he's got it.
Oh, the wiggle!
You got it. You got it.
I don't know,
He
Jim.
stabilizes. That's
Got it.
legal.
And this block is, excuse me, this tower is super
That's
sloppy.
good.
It's good.
Yep.
We still
Well
have that
done.
5th row, that right
Look
block
at that
hanging
absolute
a little
mess, Jake. That is a mess now, but
Hell of
that's
a
what
job.
Ev needed to do to stay alive in this match. But this tower is a disaster
This
right
one's
now.
gonna go in.
Now it's
Top.
Chef
Swap it out.
Donnie. 0-1 in his career, 1 losing block. Can he avoid history?
That's good shit.
Donnie is making
Going down low.
I don't
No.
I don't know.
Issue.
I don't know if I like
Taking
this.
out.
I love it.
Oh my goodness, and it almost fell. He can stabilize it now with the
Jesus
replacement, but
H.
what side does he choose?
He's got options.
10-4.
Going east. Some more movement up top. Gotta put it on the top of the tower.
Wow.
It's good.
Wow, Jake, I thought that was the wrong side to place it, and I actually think it's going to make this tower now even less sturdy. I think it was a ballsy move there by Chef Donnie. It was leaning that way, and now it's even more so leaning that way. What a wiggle out here to remove this block. The bottom three we had heard were super sturdy, glued in place, not going to work. And there you see, it was leaning east. It was leaning now where he is standing away from him, and yet he still placed the block there. This tower is in bad shape as Liz steps up to the plate.
Back to Liz, 32 blocks deep. Remember, we're still in the midst of that 30 to 35
One in the
range.
middle that was kind of loose too. I don't know.
27% of the field. Liz going with a Tillman's crest.
The only positive thing to think about here
Liz-
is that if she does get the pull, she can stabilize the tower away from where it's leaning. She has to make that pull.
I'm not looking at her butt, just for the record. I don't know if the camera's on me right now. I'm respecting Liz
You're a
and her
good man,
personal
PFT.
space. Thank you.
Honorable sideline reporter.
It had a
Let me know
huge,
when her butt's going.
it had a huge move away, but it doesn't fall.
Still has to retower. A lot of sloppiness on those first 5-6 rows. But she has no
Kiss him,
issues.
kiss him.
Not good enough for Spider just yet.
Yeah, they're a little away from each other. Spider was ready. He had that kiss him ready to go. Kiss those blocks. She
Other
does.
side.
It's that far side on our sky cam presented by Hanun Hard Seltzer. Giving the best angle possible to ensure there are no gaps.
That's good. That's
And
good
it
enough,
is
I guess.
clear.
Do you want me
Whatever.
to?
No, he said it's good.
Spider
Whatever.
Whatever. Let's go.
kind of went back on his word
Oh,
there, but he lets it
interesting.
fly.
Interesting.
Whatever.
It's clean.
Interesting. This
Prefer it a
tower,
little
those
bit cleaner,
top
but-
5 rows are a
Sorry, it's hard to see.
mess,
without, like,
Jake.
No,
You know,
it's hard to
the aerial.
see.
They are a mess. And there are only on this tower, I see 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I see about 7 or 8 moves on this tower. We are nearing a point where every move could be a disaster. This tower is incredibly unstable.
Donnie's, he's definitely loosening up some blocks. I don't think he knows which ones he's loosening up, but he's just, he's assaulting the tower. He's saying, listen, block, if you're not the one, at least tell your friend.
Donnie chiseling with some force.
Guys, I'm gonna have some more high noon.
I need hard seltzer. Just 100 calories on the
Uh-oh.
intake for PFT.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What are we about to get, Jake?
Can we get 2 most exciting words in Jenga? Still a long way to go for the Wonton Don.
Is he going to commit to it? Looks like he is. That thing is all the way out.
It's out. He's got anywhere he can go up top.
Oh, man, this tower is leaning, Jake.
Which way is he going to retower it?
I like that move.
It's out, and we have our first
I like
hanging
that move.
tower in league history.
I like that move. The hanging tower, indeed. This tower is incredible. What a tough Jenga tower to have to play with. And the
This one right
retower by
here?
Donnie
Yeah,
was
the one-
smart there. The
yeah,
Wonton
this
Don
one?
put it in the
Yeah.
middle, meaning that Chef Donnie,
looks
if he
like
has to
maybe.
go, will only have to pick one side as opposed to towering in the
that's
middle. We
what's
know
up.
towering in the
It's
middle is
very
the hardest
slowly.
thing to do. That was a great job by the Wonton Don.
Still in the middle of that 30 to 35 range.
And here's Big Ev actually taking a move that he set up earlier. He pulled the block that helped set up this
do I need to pull
move
it?
because it kind of wedged out
Which
a
way
few
is it like leaning?
The side
rows.
that the side
This
to
is
me,
now the
this
4th
way.
row and he can go after it.
Like which
Swivel
way
it-
should I like
swivel
kind
it
of
towards
direct
you.
it?
Yeah, swivel it towards you.
Like, should I hold it or like push it? I'm saying the tower.
Hold it like this and take it out. Yeah.
Is he good now?
Gav goes east side. Liz doing a great job on the sideline.
You got it.
And it recenters.
It actually, yeah, you're right, Jake. It recentered. It was not leaning. It was leaning to center up.
It's amazing, guys. The tower almost, it finds a way. You know, once its equilibrium gets put off, it's an evolving organism. And when you add and subtract blocks, it maintains homeostasis. It's beautiful. It's like its own biome.
It actually
Shout out
was a
seventh grade
move
biology.
that helped fix the tower, PFT.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It leaned back
looks
into
good,
a better position.
Nice
Beautiful.
move by Big Ev. And Jeff, let's
Hold,
rewind
hold.
and check
Good
out that motion of the recentering.
Sorry, I
of the
didn't know
weight.
how to.
Yeah, I think people
Like this
saw
way.
they saw it move and they figured, oh, this might be toppling over. But no, Ev was actually making the tower sturdier. There you see, it leaned back into a center position, but then it leaned a little more towards him, so it's still kind of going that way. But the tower is actually in better shape than when he first stepped up to it.
All right, we're at a
Let's
pivotal
work.
moment. This is the end of the 30 to 35 range. If Donnie Jenga's here, 27% pick a winner in question 4. If not, we'll go on to our most popular pick, 36 to 38, taken by 31% of the field. Remember, entering this match, we had roughly 15,000 join our contest on the Play Barstool app.
He's
Only
exploring the tower.
423 alive.
Guys, we've reached the point in this game where there are no good moves. There are only less bad moves. So Donnie right now, he's examining, he's talking to the tower, he's communicating. We'll see if the tower talks back.
PFT looking comfy down there on the turf. Now it's Chef Donnie who's made it look easy in the majority of his turns.
– 60 seconds to pick a block.
I think he's got one that he likes. That one's
Another
easy,
easy pull, unbelievable.
peasy,
How
Got
he
it.
finds these
Out.
is
lemon,
impressive to say the
squeezy.
least.
Jeff, no matter who wins this match, as Donnie attempts to
Simple.
retower on the west side, you're right. These two teams look like
It's
they
like
are in it
Steelers
to win
Ravens
it.
yesterday.
Yeah.
You're going to see the two teams in the playoffs.
Throughout the record.
That's my prediction. No offense to PFT. I think you're going to see these two teams in the playoffs.
Fuck you, Jeff.
Kiss him way more.
A lot of work to be done according to Spider.
Want to fix everyone else's mistake too?
Oh. Not a complaint from Chef Don, even a bit of a chirp to the ref.
Keep that in mind. We keep it cool with the refs over here. Respectful, high class.
A little bit of fire.
Spider taking notes, something to
These two
monitor as we
teams
move
don't like
forward.
each other.
Wow, all right.
On to block 36, top of the order, it's Liz.
Liz is up again. Again, just dropping that thing in my face. Making it hard for me to do my job on the sidelines.
We get another easy pull, and we are nearing Jake.
She's
We
got
are
one that
nearing
she likes.
this tower not having many more pulls.
Right. Remember, that's the only way that
She
Donnie,
likes this
the
one
Chef Donnie
a
pulled his
lot.
losing block back in August.
Yeah, he
How
was
many
stuck.
times does that happen though? Like, in how many games has it come to this?
We've come down. We've come
This
down
block's
to
a
no
winner.
more
Say
moves
about
a
like
few times.
10 to 15% maybe.
Yeah, it's
block
rare,
is
but
a
we've come down to
winner.
tower math. Tower math is when Jake obviously.
Yep.
There's no more moves except for a tablecloth.
Whoa! Put on that side.
Quick retower to stop the movement.
I think it's fine.
We're in the middle of our most popular pick, question 4, the range of 36 to 38.
10-4.
Now I would say it is leaning the other way.
Hold, Donnie.
It is leaning
Jeff,
the other
we mentioned
way.
earlier the quick retower here to help stabilize from Liz.
Yeah, she pulled it out and it was kind of centered,
That's
and
why I
now
put
it
it on that
started to
side.
lean a little more away
Look how
from her.
quick that is.
I actually think, yeah, that's why she's one of the best players. Her instincts in the Jenga tower are almost unmatched. It was actually stabilizing a little more on replay. I think I was wrong on that.
No,
Seeing
Jeff-
the replay, it was starting to center a bit more.
Jeff, I saw it from down here. It was deceiving a little bit because Liz, when she retowered, she didn't panic. A lot of people would just slam that block down and maintain it. She just like calmly touched the bottom of the block to the top of the tower and stabilized the entire thing. That's the witch fingers. Liz has black magic in those hands. I don't know what the hell is going on, but she is proving why she's one of the top-ranked players in the entire competition.
Donnie has to match that now, PFT.
Back to the wonton
Big shoes to
don.
fill.
Remember, Donnie has never pulled a losing block. Does that streak end here? Or needs to pull it off?
He's in rarefied air with the likes of Jim Florentine, of course.
That's why I was like, put it on your side because you put on
Two
my side.
legends of the
Undrafted
game.
free agent. But remember, Jeff, all of those undrafted free agents, there's a 4-week period where captains can cut their teammate.
I think I need to go
Something to
high.
monitor.
I wonder, I'm already wondering if Tommy is going to cut Frankie.
say
It wasn't
yeah,
Frankie's
and
fault, but Tommy did not like the back
you can
talk
get
after
one
that
from-
match.
Frankie did call him, quote, a terrorist
third
for how
row.
he approached his draft strategy.
Here.
Is that pullable?
Is this pullable? Is this pullable?
Yes.
Yeah, that row.
Now the wonton don.
If any of those are loose, I think that the left
Questioning
hand, that side might be
The
the
legality of a move.
might be your best bet. I wouldn't chisel it. I'd kind of just do that.
Block moving, but so is the
Found
tower.
a Lucy here. That one's ready to be pulled.
I just think this is where I need 2 hands.
You could come from under and coax it out.
Yeah.
But that's looking good.
Donnie going west for the time being.
Great
Got it
pull.
out.
I don't see any issues.
Can
Set
go
them up
middle
for
or
a
can
middle
go
drop.
right. Jeff, is there a strategy here, middle or right?
There is a strategy. We'll see which one he goes with there, and I will talk about it after he does
That
it.
was utterly smooth, just like the
Yep,
1999
that was it.
smash hit by
That was it.
Carlos
He has now
Santana.
put
So
them
wide
in a
right.
tougher situation.
Great form.
Again, that was the
Supernatural
problem with
pull.
that initial retower. Now, Liz had to put it there. She had to stable out the tower. It stabilized, but it gave Donnie the opportunity, wonton don that is, to put it on the right side, forcing Ev to need to do a middle of the tower retower if he pulls his block.
Guys, we've
38
seen,
deep.
we've seen this tower go through several evolutions this game. It's gone from being pissed off to being slightly curious to being unstable to being a little wobbly to now being, it looks like more stable. It's like Madonna. It keeps reinventing itself as the game progresses further. Right now, Big Ev, when he approached the tower, just trying to figure out where are you at in your life right now, Tower? Are you ready to do this together?
The end of our most popular range depends on this block. 38. Big Ed.
There's a couple sneaky rows in the middle there. There's a full slate, actually, in the almost exact
Right
middle,
there. He's
where
touching
Ev
right
is
now.
touching
Yep.
right now.
Which one? This one?
This has to be the longest that we've seen a full slate in the middle
Right.
of the tower. At block 38.
Right? Give you the opening into the middle.
Almost out of room on my sheet here, Jim.
Yeah.
Only goes to 47.
We've seen one go 50. Liz was actually on the winning side of that match. With Rhea back in September.
You hate
On
seeing
that row that
any
you
team
were.
lose here today. You almost wish it was like the World Cup where you get a tie. But you can't.
60 seconds
No
to pick a
ties
block.
in our league. Wins and losses only.
If they both ran into the tower,
wonder
all
what this
four
one
at the
is.
same time,
This-
maybe.
I'm afraid that one
I don't
just
see
came
that
with
happening.
But
crooked.
it's Ev's turn, so it would technically be his losing block.
Yeah, see? There's no way for a tie. That's why you hate
I
seeing
think
one
you
of
can
these
tap
teams
this middle
lose.
one out.
This one?
That's
Yeah.
what
I think it's just super
backfired.
tight.
Harry
Can
Potter
you,
and
like,
Cedric Diggory tried to do that
poke it?
together.
Idiots.
Didn't-
One of them
didn't-
died.
45 seconds
exactly.
to pick a block now.
I'm going to interrupt you there, Jake. I don't think that we're going to see anybody lose this game. I think we're going to see somebody win it. Much like last night's competition between Jake and I in PGA Tour 2K21, in which I soundly defeated him on a 25-foot putt on the 21st hole. Fun fact.
That 21st hole needed because PFT blew a 3-stroke lead with 2 holes
Huh.
remaining.
Interesting note there. PFT likes to sneak in propaganda during the broadcast.
Yes. For someone who's accused
I like
our
to sneak in
commissioner of so
propaganda.
much.
I like to do that. Okay. Yeah.
Oh.
Mhm. It's like Kim Jong-un being like, "Hey man, your haircut's kind of weird."
Come on, dude. Somebody needs to
Nice
lose
and
this.
easy.
Ev going with the Eastern block.
This could be an impressive pull.
Oh!
Remember, he has to go down the middle. He got the extraction, but he's still got plenty of work to do up top.
Here's that strategy from Jeff Wonton Don in play. Will it pay off? That is a really tough re-tower. One of the toughest I've actually ever
You know
seen,
what?
Jake.
Come on this side
Here's the
and
coaching from
tap
Liz.
it with that block to the
That's what she's good at.
left.
The floor general.
Yeah. There. You got it, easy.
Oh, he just made it worse somehow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeff, we have word from our control room. There's going to be an instant replay on this move, no matter how it ends.
Got a major announcement going on.
Every time he touches the block, it starts to narrow up on the other side. He keeps needing to reposition them.
Yeah, just put it in and then.
The Wonton Don,
and see where the other
PFT, you
blocks
might
are.
be right. He may have won the match with that move.
Yeah, yeah, not a loser. Just a couple winners.
Oh.
Spider with the Tommy Smokes-like sound effect.
Spider.
In the
Wait,
umpire's
okay.
chair.
Got one in.
Come over here and tap. Give yourself a big enough hole. So tap them.
It keeps, when I push it this way, it just tilts the one
Spin
inside.
on it first.
So tap that one and then tap the other one. And give yourself, and then you'll have to push them back in when you're done. But I mean, it's
It just keeps like, it makes it narrow on the side.
and then push the other one. Okay, and drop what you can right now. Like,
I don't think it's gonna.
you got it. Take your time.
Needs a couple inches right here.
Big Ev struggling with this re-tower.
Do you want to use the box?
No, I don't know if he's allowed to use the box.
He's allowed to use the Apple box. Apple box is allowed. Every competitor is allowed
No
to use it
shame.
at some point.
Thought you
No
had to be
shame in using the
below
box, guys.
5'9" to qualify for the box.
Big Ev at 5'11 and a half.
Any competitor can use it.
Okay.
Just tune that.
He does not want it.
Almost
Oh,
like
he
a
doesn't
white
want
Takes
that.
his
Oh,
eye.
get outta here.
Wow.
Get that shit out of here, he says.
Swatted. Dikembe
Every time
Mutombo
I
of the
keep doing the
box.
same thing, I keep moving it one way and then.
Remember, this
Okay,
38th
what about
block
this?
is
What
at
if
the end
you-
of our most
Yeah,
popular
what if
pick.
you
Yo, come on.
In
pick
question
up this
431%.
block
Big
a little
Ev
bit
selects
and move
the
it to the
pull the
left?
losing block in just 28% of the picks.
He's starting to reposition the other blocks.
Tick, 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 tick,
So
tick.
confirming.
This might be it.
Spider
He's
going
got
with
it.
a
He's
boomer.
got it. He's got it. He's got to be patient.
He's going to go for the drop, it looks like. Oh, and he does
Every
it
time I
again.
keep
Every time he
moving it,
touches it,
I keep doing the
they
same
narrow up. It's weird. It's like a magnet's inside of it.
So every time he switches one side, the other.
He can
self-corrects.
move one of the side blocks if he wants to the middle, but that would require him to reposition other blocks at the block. He can do that, though.
It's like he's digging a ditch and throwing the dirt directly over his shoulder back into
Maybe try.
said ditch.
Yeah.
He can
try to-
move
try
one of
to-
the left
try
or
to
right
scooch it
to
in
the
in
middle. But
Remember,
that,
if one of those side blocks fall, it's a Jenga.
yep, exactly.
Yeah.
The block he pulled can hit the
Take your
ground.
block
Anything else
and
would be a
move that
Jenga.
one, or the one on the other side actually.
All it takes is
to the
one.
middle, and then place this one on the edge.
I just slide it.
Yeah. Slide this
Risky
one.
move, but honestly,
to the middle,
I think it's
slowly.
needed, Jake. I think he has to do this move.
Something's got to give.
So we're wobbling.
It's risky.
You got it. You got it. You just got to do it really, really slowly. I think that's honestly the better chance than dropping.
Seltzer.
I'm fascinated by the way in which these blocks
And you know what you
continue
could
to
even
turn
do
every time
too
he
is
goes
put your
dropping
finger
down.
on the block below, on the row below, and push it in with your middle finger.
Take your left hand.
Now he's going back to his initial strategy, trying to squeeze it in.
Careful.
Any block falls, it's a Jenga, Jake.
Except the one he's holding.
Oh my god.
Spider making interesting noises here.
Okay, see how you're scooching that one to the right? I think you need to scooch it to the left end.
So first two
Just
uses
win
of
from the
Yeah.
side.
Yeah.
Could this be the longest term?
It is
League history.
So,
Scooch.
and there's some news afterwards too, Jake.
Scoochmeister.
Don't do it all at once. Do like this side. Do the side closest to you first, and then worry about the other side. So this side,
Scooch the
push it
entire
in.
tower.
So it'll be at an angle, and then you'll go on the other side and angle it
Donnie's
back.
starting to talk a little bit
You
now
got it.
too. They see the moment.
Take the tip and move it to the right.
What, you're saying like this?
No, other way.
10.
On the other side of the block,
Is it a
take
shot clock?
this on this side of the block. Take it and
No
push it
actual
in,
countdown, Big Ev.
but not in the middle.
countdown.
Right on this edge where you were.
You're saying push it like this?
Yes, exactly.
Guys, I'm
Yeah,
looking
and
at
then
the
come move
source
this side
of
over
the
here.
Instability down here. It's
There you go.
it
Slowly.
really begins on about row 7. The
And it'll
bottom
scooch. It's just going to take time.
5, 6 rows are actually very, very stable right now.
We haven't really seen a move like this pulled off that I can remember. At least this
Billy's
late.
attempted
This
it a
side,
time or
switch
two.
it like that.
Remember, you can also use your hand as long as you only have use the one hand. Like use your fingers.
But yeah, really, really taking his time. Making sure.
It is leaning in the wrong direction for him to make the move. That's the problem here. One slight error and that thing will tumble down.
The longest turn in league history.
In league history.
I'm not really sure.
Use your
I'm
fingers.
not really sure what
Use
he's
your
thinking about when he's
fingers.
staring at
Look
the
at
It is
what
legal.
As long as
Remember,
you
at the end of the day,
just
Jeff,
use
we're
the
playing
one
for 10
hand,
grand.
You're good.
$10,000. They gotta be focused. And $1,000
There you
for
go.
people at home.
Yes.
There are people who do
Yeah,
not
there you
take
go.
Ev,
Grab
who
with
don't
your
want Ev
finger.
to pull this last block.
He's,
You got it.
he's almost like joining the blocks together, moving 2 of them at the same time. I've never
Yeah,
seen this
just be patient
technique
with it. You
before.
got it.
He's just giving him a buddy block.
It's going.
Yep.
Yeah, it's going.
Trying to center that
Starting to
second
work.
block.
You got this, Ed.
Slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely indeed, Jake.
Don't worry about the wobble. You're fine. Keep going. Slow and steady.
This is incredible to watch. Painstaking. A bit of a blow from Madani's back there.
If you do it at the same time,
You could even,
probably
if you wanted, pick it up.
Again,
Yeah,
Jake.
pick it up and move it. The middle block. Yeah.
News will come down the
You
line.
just have
right?
to.
This
You do
turn
it with
will
one
be-
hand, but your hands are big enough that you can do that.
When Big Ev first started this turn, the Browns were 5 and 2.
Ev, he's just picking it up now.
If I pick it all the way up, do you think it'll tilt over?
I would pick it up from like the butt, so that the tip of it is still on there. So there's still some sort of force on there.
One ton down. Gotta be careful there.
Liz just invented
Can't go into the box.
the butt of the block. I'm not sure
Yeah, the butt of the block.
Like this.
which part that is.
But keep
the butt
keep
and
it-
the tip.
Well, you
the tip
refer
of
to it
it
as
like
the
on the
ass of
thing,
the
so
block,
there's
the
still
FT,
force
that's
on
the
there, and you have
difference.
control
The
over.
tuchus,
Yeah, the tuchus.
as Jake would say.
That's it. You're doing it. That's it.
Centering it. Jeff, word is from the booth, this is approaching a 12-minute turn, by far the longest ever.
That's it. You're doing
This
it.
turn started, folks.
$10,000.
Perry Ellis was a sophomore.
Yeah, slow and steady.
Now he's
Former
got
Part of My Take Takey's presenter last year for 19-year-old of the year.
Ev trying to join the blocks to stabilize the tower at the
Hold
top.
on,
He's
don't
gonna have
let
a
that-
lot of yard work to do
Push
up there,
this in
though.
first before you do that, because if one falls,
This is all because the Wonton Don decided to retower and force the chalk to have to retower in
okay,
the
this
middle.
side
It's
is,
created this
is not in,
horror
but it's
show
pretty good. Focus
that
on
we're
getting it on
witnessing.
your side.
The Wonton
Side that's
Don right
closest to
now
you.
in line with one of the best moves we've seen in this early season.
Jesus Christ.
PFT has had it
Okay,
with
now
this turn.
this one, see, lightly tap it.
Jesus.
I'm gonna get a high noon.
Dear God.
Donnie gonna get comfortable with the high noon hard
Alright.
seltzer.
See if you can give that one a tap tap.
That looks great.
Top, yeah, on that side,
Ev
yeah.
is focused. He wants that money. Liz wants that money.
Yeah.
Ev did say he'd probably just be an ASS hole with it and gamble responsibly with that money.
Barstool Sportsbook app.
Yes, of course. Liz said she has not thought about it, would probably save it. Probably the smart thing to do.
classic Liz.
PFT said he would spend it all on a purse, I believe.
I would, yeah, I would simp out big time.
Definitely
Buy a
take
purse
part
for
down.
Kelly.
PFT in this
These are
group.
not moving. A little bit, a little nudge.
Can't she just buy a purse with her half of the money?
Yeah, no, I'm just going to give her all the money so she can buy a purse and shut up about asking me and Big Cat to buy her purses all the time.
So now PFT on record, the second team to give his partner the whole 10K.
But there's something being taken there.
yeah.
Like Dave, we get why. It's nothing to Dave. He sneezes that money.
Also, it's important to keep
The fight's
Kelly happy.
one. Surprising.
Kelly, the
Like,
hardest
oh.
working person at Barstool Sports, besides everybody else that isn't extremely needy and has to have other people say that they're the hardest working person.
Big Ev doing some more shenanigans up top, but so far, he's making progress.
I'm making a ton of progress.
You're almost there.
He's almost done, but he has to get those
The
blocks.
one in the middle, and then we're Gucci.
Has to get that block.
Yeah.
Spider giving him pointers on how to complete this turn.
Oh, Ev, I
We
think
just
that's
do
it.
some election humor, folks. CNN is now
I think-
projecting
You know what? Matter of fact,
that
that's
the chalk
good.
has won.
It's good from Spider. However, Jeff, we've been buzzed from the booth. A potential violation
Oh,
here
no.
from
We're
Big
gonna
Ev.
go to the replay.
Remember, there was no call on the floor, so it's got to be conclusive to be a violation.
Yep. We'll see after the poll when he was thinking about the tower. He
Oh, there it is, the right
two-hand
index
touch.
finger.
Tough after a 12 to 15 minute turn. He did a very little one index finger touch.
I didn't see that, yeah.
But guess what? He's not up right now, and Liz
Right.
is not up. It goes to the other side.
Chef
He may not even
Johnny.
hit that point.
Block 39. That was conclusive, so it is a violation. Now Chef Donnie, 39 deep. There goes the 36
There are
to 38
somehow a
range.
ton of moves left out there, Jake.
This is going to be really embarrassing for Double Vodka Don. if
Oh,
Chef
my
Don
goodness.
just pulls one out and puts it right back on top in 5
Get
seconds.
this.
It's wobbly, but it's coming out easy.
Wobbling,
Oh!
stabilizing.
He's going to let it stabilize, and he's going to take the box. He
Donnie
made
wants
fun of the
to
box
block
earlier.
box.
He's like, fuck that.
What's in the
110
box?
10,000 on the line. I want. Give me the Apple box.
What's in the box?
Other way,
Uh-uh.
other way, other way, other way.
Almost towered the
Oh,
wrong way.
against the grain.
Deep
PFT,
breath.
great reference there.
Let
That
it
movie
set.
reference, very cool.
12 Monkeys, love it.
You always have the best references.
Everyone knows it.
Careful. Oh.
He got it.
He's done, and now the violation comes into play immediately.
We have seen a violation in both league matches so far. Tommy Smokes in our first match, he pulled the losing block.
Evs was tough. Tommy's was idiotic. Evs was tough.
Now it's Liz. Remember, the first block she touches, she must pull out. But Jeff, you figure this late in the game, there's only so many options.
Yeah. The witch hands.
Does it play that much of a
You're
factor?
on
Though
it.
there's, I see
Black
one in the
Magic
lower
Gonzalez.
third. There's a there are two
Which one of those blocks?
there are
wants to
two
get
side
banged,
blocks,
guys?
one full slate.
All right, I'm going this middle
There
one.
are a ton of options.
Go ahead and touch it.
If anyone can do it, it's Liz Gonzalez, 5-3, the most
committed.
preseason matches in
Spider
the
with a
entire
great
office.
combination here.
She has to pull this block due to the violation.
She's locked in.
This thing
It's
is
that
moving a
western
ton.
block, 40 deep.
So what she's doing, she's making room for that middle one. She called the middle one as her block. She's pushing
Spreading the cheeks.
the outside out. She's goat-seeing the tower.
Trying to
And just moving the two legs to the outside here, about
Did
to
she-
extrapolate the prolapsed anus of the tower and pull that block
It is
out.
wobbling
So
back and forth.
PFT corrected me. It actually is the middle block
Yeah,
she
it's the middle
picked, not the
Yes.
western one.
She picked,
Yep, the
she
middle
picked the
block.
one. This is all just her strategy to get that middle block out, giving it some wiggle room.
Liz with an ABM of 39.3. This will improve that as we are at 40 and counting.
Also curious to know who Tom picked in this one. He's got a great history of predicting final results here. Tom, who did you take? He just smiled knowingly.
He's trying to take out a Tittleman's crest. Jeff, rare to see your crest 40 deep, but here we are.
Yeah, it's not off. That might be the longest I've ever seen a full slate on a Jenga tower. At least since we've been doing it.
Liz and Big Ev, the favorites according to many around the office.
Guys, one thing to keep your eyes on here, if Liz is able to get the block out and put it back on, she's probably going to go to the right side here. She's going to go western on it, meaning there's going to be a very tough retower for the Donnie's team. They've kind of fucked themselves with that first block placement if Liz plays it smart.
Some more movement out of her block. It's about 80% of the way out.
She's got it. She's got it. That thing is coming out smooth. So smooth. Give me your heart, make it real, or else forget about it.
And
So
it is
smooth.
a successful extraction. Will she go left or right here?
Wow.
Zero chance I'm gonna have to go again. Here we go. Let's get a nice little Jenga.
Donnie wanting it to end here. Remember, 29% took Liz to end this match. She was the most popular pick by a slim margin.
Yeah, it looks good.
That is why she is possibly the best.
Guys,
That was fantastic.
as far as that
like,
tournament, Liz is a great competitor when it comes to the physical elements of extracting a block and placing it. But mentally, I don't think she's got the cutthroat mentality to win. She could have placed that on the right side, left the Donnie's team with just but about the size of a human eyeballs left of width on the other side to put the block down. Liz instead moved the block to the center, giving both teams more of a fair shot to win. It was fair, but it was also fairly stupid.
Thank you, PFT. 41 blocks deep in the midst of this 39 to 42 range, selected by 25% of the field.
She could have put them in the same situation that they were put into by Donnie. You are right. PFT, easier pull, but now the tower's moving a bit.
Donnie going with the eastern block. Oh, it's going!
There it goes.
And that's a dinga!
And there it goes. Unbelievable.
The Chalk, the favorites, 1-0 in Group C.
Unbelievable. They survived a disastrous turn that almost saw the end of the game. A 15-minute turn. Ev had a violation. It comes down to Liz having to handle that violation. She had a great pull in tower, and then unfortunately the Wonton Don. The tower was just too unstable and too sloppy to handle that last pull. A brutal loss, but again, I think these are the two best teams.
41 blocks deep, highlighted by Big Ev's 15-minute turn. But down the stream to the the loser circle, PFT with the Donnies, the Rangoon Wranglers.
Yeah, the Rangoon Wranglers, you know what, it was a tough loss. That is not a game that we're going to forget anytime soon. We're down here with a guy that pulled the losing block. That tower was going Don, and it didn't look like you really had a snowball's chance in hell after Liz's miracle extraction. What was your strategy?
Yeah, I mean, I was laser focused all game, and then that 15-minute turn by Big Ev, it kind of took me out of it. And then like Liz managed to get that pull, and I didn't really have a lot more mental juice in the tank.
Yeah.
So I just, went out there and hoped for the best. But I guess got to work on my endurance.
Yeah, what about you, Chef Donnie? Did you find that Big Ev's, it was almost like the midge delay back in Cleveland where the Bugs went on the field, where the game was just postponed essentially for 15 minutes as he took his turn. You go up, maybe a 20-second turn when you get on the field. Did you find that threw you out of your rhythm?
Yeah, it was tough, but I mean, it's round robin, so we'll probably see him again. I'm not too worried.
Yeah, all right, well, good luck. Sorry I had to end this way. Is there any team strife? Are you disappointed in your buddy's performance?
No, it was a good game.
Anything
It
special?
went the distance. So.
Yeah, it was a good game. I think you do a slow pull and you just read the tower as you're pulling it out. You don't just pull and hope for the best. So I could have done that.
All right, well, back to you guys up in the booth.
All right, thanks so much, PFT, who is about to talk to our winning team between the Chalk, Liz, and Big Ev. What a performance. PFT.
Yeah, we're down here with the winning team. We've got DeChalk. Still don't know what that means. I don't think they know what that means
no
either.
clue.
We'll work on it.
They're working on it. Once you go block, you never go chalk. That's what I always say. We're here with Liz and the Double Vodka Don. Double vodka Don, talk me through that 15-minute turn. How many different times did your mind change? What was your strategy? Were you waiting for the tower to restable itself, or were you just being indecisive?
It was really just on the retower. I kept just trying to get that middle block in and do my patented little trap I like to do, and I just couldn't get it in the right spot. Every time I tilted one way, I was tilting the other side the other way. I'm just trying to stay patient, just lull him to sleep. That was the game plan, and it paid off. Thankfully, Liz was there to save me, though.
Yeah, Liz, you were doing a lot of coaching from the sideline. I think you've cemented yourself as one of the top players in Stool Stadium, not only from your play on the field, but also your coaching, you're helping out your teammate. Why did you do that block replacement on the very last turn when you could have left them up the shit river without a paddle to get back down? You chose to recenter the block.
Because what if the opposite would have happened? If I would have done that and then I would have fucked it up for myself and the tower would have fallen trying to be fancy and fuck somebody else up. I play my game and I worry about my game.
Okay, I guess if it works for you, then it works for you. And at the end of the day, they're 1-0, and the other team is 0-1. Back to you guys in the booth.
Dun dun dun.
All right, Jeff. It is time for our close shave of the match presented by Phillips Norelco.
Yeah.
Big Ev had a long turn, but it was Liz facing the violation who made it look easy.
Yeah, I don't think we have enough time to show all of Ev's turn there, so we got to show the other side of that. The violation ended up forcing Liz to pull the first block she touched. I could not believe she not only got it out, but retowered it. But then I remembered probably the best player we have. So you shouldn't be that surprised. This team, widely considered the favorite to win this tournament. I know the Rangoon Wranglers are fantastic as well, but that's why they are the favorites. They come out on top. I still think we see both those teams in the playoffs come next year.
Yeah, that is Group C between the Chalk at 1-0 and down low it's the Rangoon Wranglers at 0-1. Back in a moment here on Stool Streams presented by High Noon Hard Seltzer.